So this is project 1, and in the back is the sketch that I used. This is the photo that I used for inspiration, and this is my final piece. So the lines that I used were the quick line gesture, contour lines, and energy lines. In my sketch, also volumetric lines, I used those. In my sketch back here, you can see that I did energy lines in order to maintain the proper proportions. And then I used the volumetric lines to give it the three-dimensional look, and then contour lines and quick gesture lines were also used. Now, when I went from my sketch to my project, the wire sculpture, I did pretty much trace out my sketch, and you can see that because I used the energy lines right here in order to maintain the proper proportions, and then the volumetric lines. And it pretty much is a reflection, my sketch to my final project, because I did trace it out and use all the same lines. So, you know, this is the all-around view of my final piece. And you can see right here is the piece that I used for inspiration. I feel like it does express movement just because this is an example of movement, and I've tried to recreate this right here with my wires. So volumetric lines were used in order to give that three-dimensional look, as well as a quick line gesture and contour lines, and also included energy lines. And that's what I felt I was successful at doing throughout this project. A way that I felt as if I could improve is maybe my wire structure being a little bit more cleaner, but that was a problem with my materials because that is what I did find challenging, because after messing with the wire for quite a while, my hands began to hurt, and I felt as if I kept having to take breaks because my hands were getting kind of sore. It just became very difficult for me to work with. But other than that, I felt like this was a very successful project. I felt as if the outcome was very pleasing to look at and very neat. This is my first time ever making a sculpture, so I feel as if it went pretty well. And I did use the expressive lines in order to get the final piece. So